Hey guys, it's Teatime here and welcome to a brand new speed build. Today we are starting work on something crazy, something I felt like doing and something I did about 4 or 5 of before I settled on this. Yes, these are townhouses. Just a duplex, just 2. And boy oh boy, I don't think I've ever done this before. So I did maybe 1, 2, and then I redid 1, so that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. And this was actually the 4th attempt. And I went and did another one and then came back to this one because this was my favorite. Townhouse. So yes, I am not experienced in this and it was a lot of work, and honestly I don't know what I was thinking because it's as much work as a mansion at least. And I thought, I know, it'd just be a little project. It's like 5 bedrooms, 2 offices, and then double of all your kitchen, living, dining areas and whatnot, and 2 backyards, and everything is doubled. And there's like 6 bathrooms. So it wasn't a small thing. Not to mention on top of that, I have no idea what I'm doing. And it was a lot of trial and error. Yeah, so I'll talk about the build now anyway. I did sink this whole thing down. I don't often use the terrain manipulation, but I thought I'd give it a go. Sort of making this split level sort of type thing using a 1 width wide sort of room, and then sort of, yeah, going around the whole lot and sinking this little area here. What that 1 wide room does, the foundation under it basically hides where the terrain sort of is on a funny angle. So you know, if you go down to 1 level on 1 bit of terrain and right next to it you put another, there's like 1 width, at least 1 block width of space where you just get this horrible little vertical slope that's, you can't really terrain paint properly and whatnot. So that's what that room does essentially, is it just creates that zone around that makes it all look a little bit neat. But a lot of townhouses, at least sort of maybe Boston style or city type townhouses, that I guess I was going off as a bit of a reference. Yeah, they are a little bit partially sunk, so you'll see like in sitcoms and things all the time, people will be like renting out the bottom floor or something. So that's sort of the look on the outside I was going for, but I did make each one unique. Just 2 here because that's all that's sort of fitted on this lot, and honestly I kept trying to do 3s and 4s, and it's so much work as it is. Each one is the size at least of a good sized family home. Yeah, I didn't really limit this build to any particular packs. Again, I just build sometimes and figure out what I'm doing along the way. But if you do have any requests for packs to limit myself to, do let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, as it is, this was just a bit of an experimentation, considering I've never really done anything like this before. I don't often do this in game, but they are great generational sort of houses. If you've got one generation is sort of older now and retired, sometimes it's nice having them on the same lot to sort of keep looking after them and keep the family sort of together. So this place obviously will only take the 8 Sims, but there is, like I said, 5 bedrooms, and you can interpret that whatever way you like. 4 of them have double beds as I've done it, and 1 is a single bed. So room for 2 sets of parents, whoever they may be, a teen girl, a teen guy, and a younger, just a child, fairly gender neutral room. That one is. The other 2 are a little bit more gendered. And of course, as usual, you can do whatever you like to my builds, as long as if you do re-upload or anything like that, you do credit my work as you go. But yes, we are working on stairs. Look, I love the stair update. I've said this so many times, but it's really hard doing it, doing anything interesting with the stairs, because they still have the wall restrictions. So if they run into a wall, they won't let you place them, even with move objects on. And so I had to do a lot of placing my stairs outside and then moving them inside. But I did end up coming up with nice compact staircases for the inside of this build. Anyway, in case you haven't actually noticed yet, the title of this video, hopefully giving it away, this is just the exterior of this build. I can't remember if I've already said it, but this is, yes, just the exterior. It was a big build and it will be in at least 2 parts. I break it up into 3 if I thought that was okay, but I don't think it is. I mean, you don't really want to wait for 3 parts to see a build that's not necessarily huge or complex in a lot of ways, so I won't push it that far for you guys. But it is going to be in at least 2 parts, partially just because I can't do a voiceover for that long. I have to come back to it, and I've sort of run out of time. So I am, just doing it in the 2 parts. So the voiceovers are like maybe 20 minutes each or something like that. Any longer and I start to really ramble. Like, you think I'm rambling now? Gosh, yeah, it gets really bad. Anyway, we're working on the roofs. I did cut out a bit here because it took me goodness knows how long to do that first roof. I cut a lot of footage, I tell you, a lot of footage. And this is not even how the roofs actually end up. I do turn them sideways in the end, so it's sort of one long piece going sideways across the build, which looks a little bit better for a townhouse, honestly. While I was doing this, I was trying to do a different type of roof, which is what a lot of the footage cut out was. But I couldn't actually achieve it. It is an unachievable type of roof because we just don't have it in Sims. It is a sort of roof which has 4 slanted sides up to a flat top. Now, the only way you can achieve this in The Sims 4 is by basically building a whole nother room, or by building a half wall and then sort of creating a false top to it and then slanting those 4 sides in. And I just couldn't get it right on this build because it's too small. The roofs are too small, but a lot of townhouses do actually end up with that kind of look. And it's a really sweet look, especially with some little windows or dormers or something up the top around the roof area. But yes, like I said, I just couldn't get it to work. I don't know why we don't have those roofs. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, some of the restrictions that The Sims actually has. And I wish that they would get their acts together and really put the hard work in. I know they do. And I'm sure that they are under, a lot of time restrictions particularly, themselves. We wish for an ideal Sims, and I don't know if we'll ever get it. Each game is quite different, and you know what, that's okay. But there's obviously always things we want. But I guess we will see if a Sims 5 comes out, what it has in store. Let me know down below if you want me to do maybe a what I would like to see in Sims 5 video. I was thinking about it, and I have a little list sort of there, but I don't know if it's anything somebody would want to see on my channel. But do let me know if that's something you would be interested in. Just working on most of this house, the layout, the finer details. I do move on to windows in a sec. I think I actually cut some of the windows out accidentally. I do that with footage at the moment. I put it together, and then I look back at it and I'm like, where did that go? Did I record that? I don't even remember. I'm just working on the gates now. I tried a few different things here, and in the end I sort of stick to the gate being, inside that sort of hedge wall, and I close in the gate a little bit here at the back. It does end up looking a little different to that again, but not too different. Here's the stairs on the second townhouse. In my mind, I've sort of actually named these houses Sage and Ivory, just because you will see in the next video the color schemes that I do end up using. And I really, 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 really love the first house, which I've called Sage. It's beautiful. Anyway, I don't want to give it away. You do see little snippets here and there in this video, because I did cut together all the exterior footage, but not too much that you'll really get an idea of what I've done. Spoilers. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Who even cares? But yeah, I really love what I came up with. It is quite modernized on the inside, so very renovated. The outside is very much not renovated, and I do actually change the color scheme for the first house. On the outside it ends up more of an older grey brick, so yes, there's definitely some age there with possibly some nice upkeep, but overall fairly dated looking. But I couldn't really tell you what time period this is set in. Sometimes I just build and I have no idea. If you are really good at that kind of thing, do let me know, like every build, what time period I'm in or what style I'm in, because I have a vague idea, but I do not have as much knowledge on that as I would like, and honestly doing the research is like I barely have enough time to do this as it is. Woo, alright, anyway, I am doing the paths now. I really love these paths. These are using the stones from the Get Together pack, which I would suggest getting for a lot of little features, and very particularly if you like Windenburg. A lot of other things that I am using is vampires and a little bit of jungle adventure, quite a bit of base game, and also Realm of Magic. There's a little bit of Realm of Magic, but not too much once I take out the wallpaper on the outside. But the wallpaper, that brick wallpaper, actually does stay inside when I do get to that, you'll see, and that is where the sage name actually comes from. It is very cute. Oh, I just want to use it in all my builds now. I just discovered it, and it's yeah. Anyway, so those are, I think, the main packs I used for a lot of the exterior look anyway. Inside is very varied, yeah, but definitely do use which one is it? Spa Day, the tiles in that for quite a few things as well. So yeah, but right now we're just still focusing on the outside. I'm just trying to make the roofs look a little bit more interesting. I put little, yeah, the roofs going both ways, just to make it look more complete and thought out, even though roofs in real life look stupid. Have you ever noticed that? Just go and look at the roofs on houses around you, and I mean not new ones. Ones that have been squished onto awkward blocks and things. The roofs look stupid, or at least they do in Australia where I am. It just looks dumb. And if I was to make these houses that I see in Sims, they would be really boring builds, like really ugly, because that's what reality is, and that's why we like making things pretty in The Sims, because we don't always want to live in reality, do we? Yeah, my whole life is an avoidance behavior. Yeah, we're just working on the outdoor sort of furnishing. I did put that in this video. Again, you can sort of see the sneak peeks on the inside, but you know, don't pay too much attention to that if you can handle it. But yeah, look, a little sitting area and a tiny barbecue. We are doing a lot of this landscaping now. I think I pretty much finish off the landscaping for the build here, and I fix this fence up like I was saying before, a little bit different. I just straighten up that path and then fill in what's left with that sort of concrete tile, just to give it, I thought the townhouse feel was good with like a border of concrete around it, like there's a path you could walk up. I just really wish that the lots were actually next to each other, or we could actually move lots or add lots. Sims 2, I think it was, you could pretty much put a lot anywhere you liked. In fact, I think you could do it could you do it in Sims 3? I don't remember. Anyone playing that at the moment, do let me know, because I've seriously forgotten. But Sims 2, definitely, you could pretty much place a lot wherever you like, on a road, in a world. Well, you could also create the world. So there was a lot of flexibility that we've just lost. We've lost so much flexibility in Sims 4, and that's just so disappointing, considering it's such a creative game and a creative person's game. I just wish that we would regain some of that. But yeah, just working on these little gardens, and I really love this one. This one's got the little stones, and then the path is sort of bordered by just those bushes. I'm using the same sort of things for the whole garden, just to make it sort of look like it was landscaped recently on both sides, and yeah, maybe they sort of came to an agreement of what they were going for, and yeah, that's what it looks like. But yes, working on this top section now. It's just got a sitting area for probably the parents. I do picture probably still 2 parents in this house. The other one, maybe not, but that is sort of what I was going for. And yes, I think on the other balcony we do have a chessboard and a yoga mat. So yeah, there's a bit of variation in what we do with our Sims, and there's a lot of character as well in what I've done with the bedrooms, and I think that's really exciting when you can manage to put that much character into a room. Yeah, I feel teens especially, actually all the kids, really have a lot of character in my mind, and that's really exciting. And some of the parents' character, I think, comes out on the outside of this build, on those main verandas, which is really nice, especially in our second house, the one with a lot of the vampire stuff on it. There's a beautiful gardening porch out the back in that middle sort of area. which actually turns out to be one of my favorite zones. But we are just finishing off the furnishing on this second house here, sort of finishing off the little barbecue area. And we do make sure we put a clothesline in. You'll see both houses have the clothesline on the level where the laundry is. When we get to the next video, you'll see where the laundry goes, but that, you know, spoiler. That's the level the laundry's on, just so that access is there. Anyway, we are working on this little garden porch now. Like I said, it's one of my favorite zones. It's super gorgeous. Got a little sitting area. But yeah, we are pretty much at the end of the video. So I'm going to say, leave a comment if there's anything you would like to say, any requests you have, or any questions you'd like to ask me. I'm always happy to answer questions. You know, impromptu Q&A. Why not? Yeah, just placing a few more of these plants around, and I do place some in the square boxes in a moment. You can always swap these out for real plants if you want to, but right now this looks really sweet and very bright. But yes, do like and subscribe if you are liking what you're seeing. Do download this on the gallery if you'd like to. My tag is just TeatimeSimmer, but enjoy the slideshow, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!